Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder why a certain smell can instantly transport you back to a childhood memory, a feeling so vivid you can almost touch it? It is a common experience, but science is just starting to unravel why it happens and why it is so powerful. This new study dives deep into how smells, music, and even faces trigger our memories, and it turns out it's all about the feelings attached to them. This research team was curious about why smells are so good at unlocking our past. They thought maybe it is because smells are super tied to our emotions, giving them a special ticket to our memory bank. They designed a cool experiment using virtual reality to test this idea, comparing how well smells, music, and faces brought back memories. Their big prediction was that smells would be the best memory joggers, better than music or faces. They wanted to see if remembering just the what of a memory different from remembering the what along with the where and when. So what did they do? Imagine walking through a virtual house day by day with different smells, bits of music, and pictures of faces presented. You weren't told to remember anything specific, just to explore. Then, on the last day, they showed you some of those smells, music, and faces again. They asked you two main things first. Did you see this before? That's called recognition. Second, if you saw it before, can you tell me exactly where and when you saw it? That's associative retrieval, the real test of remembering the whole scene. And here is where it gets really interesting. When it came to just recognizing if you'd encountered something before, music was the star. People were almost perfect at recognizing the music clips. Faces were okay, but smells were the trickiest to recognize. But here is the twist when it came to remembering the whole picture, the whole episode. Smells were the undisputed champions. They were the only ones that reliably helped people remember the room and the time of day they experienced it. Music and faces, even though they were recognized, didn't do as well at bringing back the full context. But why? The researchers looked at how pleasantness, emotional intensity, or wanting to experience something again affected memory. They found something really key. It wasn't just if something was pleasant or unpleasant, but more about its reward value, that feeling of wanting to experience it again, for smells. This wanting was the strongest predictor of remembering the full episode. It seems like smells with a higher reward value were much better at unlocking those detailed memories. Interestingly, pleasantness in general played a role across all senses, but in a funny way, a U-shape. This means that things that were either really pleasant or even a bit unpleasant were remembered better than things that were just neutral. So, it is not just about liking something, but about having a strong emotional reaction, positive or negative. That seems to boost memory. This study really highlights something special about smells. While music was super easy to recognize, it didn't bring back the context. Faces were hard to recognize and didn't bring back context either. But smells, even if they were a bit harder to recognize, were the key to unlocking the entire memory episode. The researchers suggest this unique power of smells, especially for detailed episodic memories, comes from their direct connection to our brain's emotional and reward centers. Think about it. Historically, smells were crucial for survival, finding food or avoiding danger. This ancient link might still be playing a big role today. Now, like all studies, this one has some limitations. The memories were created in a lab, not in real life, so they might not be as strong or complex. Also, they use specific stimuli, and maybe different kinds of smells, music, or faces would give different results. They also admit that while they controlled for things like emotional intensity, real, life memories involve so much more, like our own personal connections to events. So, what's the big takeaway? This research strongly suggests that while all our senses can trigger memories, smells have a special superpower for unlocking detailed, emotional, autobiographical memories. It's not just their pleasantness, but their reward value, their wanting, that seems to be the secret sauce. This makes smells a unique gateway to our past, a powerful reminder that our brain is wired to connect sense with experiences in a way that other senses just can't quite match. It's a fascinating look into how our emotions and senses work together to build the rich tapestry of our personal history. What do you think? Does this match your own experiences with smell and memory? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the science of memory, make sure to like this video, subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more fascinating research, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.